I love baseball cards. Got 'em, need 'em, got 'em, need 'em, need 'em, got 'em, need 'em.
Welcome to another episode of Remember the Great Sports. This is going to be a recent card show pickup. I recently picked up a pretty good stack of cards. Some things I felt were a pretty good deal. You know, a lot of them are just, for future TTM autograph requests. So let me kind of adjust the camera and we'll get right to it. Alright, so this first stack of cards is kind of a combination of vintage to collect and TTM autographs. So as you can see, this big old stack here. I'm just going to start with the vintage cards to collect, we'll call them. In other words, I'm not getting these autographed. I just bought them because I liked them and I thought they were cool. If you notice, we'll start with this Dale Murphy rookie card. You notice the price tag of 40 cents. These are what you consider lower condition cards from the seller that I bought them from. In other words, there's flaws on them. Some are bigger than others. You know, sometimes, somebody writes on the back of one of them. But in this case, this just has a crease down the middle of it. And at the 40-cent price tag, I couldn't pass it up. And in addition to the 40 cents price tag, the seller actually knocked off a few more bucks for the overall total. And after I go through everything, I'll share with you what the grand total was for everything. So I'm just going to lay these out, kind of show them to you one-on-one. Alright, so the next one is a 68 home run leaders with Ernie Banks and McCovey and Richie Allen. The next is, I'm not sure what year this is, but a Bob Gibson All-Star. These are probably two of my favorites, so I'll save those for last. Here's another Gibson. Looks like a 74 tops Gibson. Kind of got a glare on this one, so we're going to aim this way a little bit better. Alright, this one's pretty cool. 62 tops, Harmon Killebrew. And as you can see, the condition's not the best, but I just love these 62 tops action cards, I guess you would call them. I don't even know if that's the proper term to use or not. Here's a 62 tops Tim McCarver rookie card. Many of you know who Tim McCarver is. He still does, broadcasts. There's, some writing on the back. And, I saw this in the pile. I'm like, I don't have a McCarver rookie, so I'm going to grab that one. So we'll put Tim and Bob next to each other because they were battery mates for many, many games, so to speak, during their career. Let me adjust the camera here just a tad. Alright, sorry about that. I about dropped the camera. Alright, so this is a Ron Santo game card. I've mentioned in many videos that I enjoy, collecting these. I thought for 30 cents, that one, for that being in poor shape, that's pretty darn condition. It's not the best cut one, but, for 30 cents for a Hall of Famer, why not? And these are probably three of my favorites. I have first the 1963 pitching leaders with Koufax, Marichal, Spahn, and Maloney. And this, it's kind of dirty on the back. It's not the cleanest. But, for less than $2, I thought, why not? This next one has some writing on it. And I don't know how he got to the $1.20 mark, but I don't know why he just didn't say $1. But this is the 63 strikeout leaders with Drysdale and Koufax. And finally, this is the 63 ERA leaders with Koufax, Ellsworth, and Friend, and this one's probably in the best condition out of the three. You know, the back isn't, you know, the dirtiest or anything like that, but you know, it's a pretty nice card overall. You know, and I thought that was, you know, a nice one to have in the collection. I have an affinity for the leaders cards, as you can tell. You know, I figure I can't afford a real Koufax by himself, you know, a 63 Koufax or a 62 Koufax or whatever. So why not get the leaders card? Has a couple Hall of Famers on it with him. All right, so I'm just going to kind of shuffle through this next stack really quickly because I don't want to make this video super long. But as you guys know from my Through the Mail Thursday videos, I use Through the Mail Thursday. I do a lot of vintage autographs. So I'm just going to kind of shuffle through these really fast, and you may be seeing these in future episodes. You know, lots of early 60s, mid 60s cards. And I kind of separate them by player a little bit, but not really well. You know, like here's a couple Hector Lopez's. These actually were free. You just threw those into the pile because they were messed up. So we'll skip over those. I didn't pick those out, in other words. Here are the ones I picked out. So 3 Denny Rembrandt, Wayne Causey. There's a Thompson Boyce Causey. You know, I kind of, like I said, I kind of threw them together. There's a couple George Altman posts. A couple Russ Snyders, Dave Nicholson's. I'll show that one last. Bob Aspromonte, Eddie Watt. There's another embossed of Segui, Ken the Hawk Harrelson, Pete Ward, Wickersham, Ron Hansen, Howie Bedell, Don Kessinger on a deck ledge. There's that Bruce Howard Marv Stale rookie card. And as of me shooting this video, all of these players are still living and are, you know, signed through the mail. From what my research shows me, and there's a football one, pull that out. And these, again, were bundled. This is a Howie Judson. There's another Hector Lopez. A couple of them, actually. Dick Treyzuski, Johnny James, 61 Yanks. I'm going to definitely get that in the mail soon. Couple Lee Thomas. Couple more Dave Nicholson, another Wickersham. Another Russ Snyder, Eddie Haas. Eddie Watt rookie card. Bob Aspromonte rookie. Couple Bob Savarine, his rookie there in the corner. So you guys kind of get the idea. You know, again, like I said, nothing special there, but a lot of players from that long ago era. I also had this Randy Edmonds football card in there. That's showing an awesome glare there. Sorry about that. But more importantly, I grabbed a poster with Harold Jackson. This is one of the Topps insert posters. So I'm going to try to send that to Mr. Jackson, ask him to sign that. So hopefully you'll see a lot of these back in future TTM Thursday videos that'll be coming up in the near future. So this entire stack, all of these, and all of the vintage, you know, star cards, rookie cards, $35. $35 for the whole caboodle. So I thought 35 for all this and all of these stars was a heck of a deal. So thank you very much for that deal, and we'll move on to the next one. Alright, so this next deal, this is not a super huge deal or anything. This was a 3 for 10 type of thing. And the first part of the 3 for 10 is a David Robinson jersey that I did not have. Jersey card, I should say. And it is out of the 2018-2019 Panini. So I thought that was pretty neat. I grabbed that. I'm not showing that really well. There we go. My lighting's not the best. I apologize. Alright, and the next part of that deal was a Donruss Optic Paul Silas autograph. Paul Silas was kind of the rebounder slash defender of those 1970s Celtics dynasty teams with Havlicek and JoJo White, etc. I never had gotten his autograph, so I was very happy to find that at the card show randomly. And with that same breath, here is, out of the same set, a Calvin Murphy Donruss Optic autograph. So, not a super huge, lot or anything, but, 3 for $10, not a bad deal. I thought, adding these two Hall of Fame, or I'm sorry, Silas is not a Hall of Famer. Murphy is a Hall of Famer. Silas, he's one of those fringe guys that probably could be in the Hall of Fame, and maybe someday he will be. But adding both of those autographs to my collection, I actually had a Calvin Murphy uncertified autograph, so I'm very happy to get the certified autograph in my collection. So $10 for all of them. Okay, so staying on the theme of autographs and game used cards, I have a couple here that I was very happy to pick up. I will start with the game used. I picked up, I may already have this one, but for the price I grabbed it again. And this is a Vladimir Guerrero Expos swatch, and you can actually see the pinstripe, or the Expos pinstripe, in this card. So nothing too special about it. It's a 2003. It's from Donruss. It is serial numbered to 500 on the back, but I got this in an overall deal, so I'm just going to show that one off first. The next one is Vladimir Senior's Angels, I guess pants. I don't know if that's a jersey or pants, but it's a swatch, we'll call it. So this is, an upper deck version of that. This one is not serial numbered, so I don't know, how many of these they made or anything. But again, I grabbed the two in this overall bundle. Now, as many of you know, I collect a wide variety of autographs. So I will start with probably the lesser named ones. I will start with baseball. Alright, so this next gentleman, Jose Capayan, I grabbed this. It is serial numbered to only 750. The uniqueness of this autograph is Jose is now deceased. He had a very short, brief career. Played for the Atlanta Braves, played for the Milwaukee Brewers, I want to say, but he tragically was lost a couple years ago after his playing career. So there is no more Jose Capayan autographs being made anymore because of that. So I saw this and threw it into the pile. The next one is the Cincinnati Reds closer, Raisel Iglesias. He's a pretty good through the mail signer. I've gotten him through the mail once, but I saw this certified issue on this nice Gypsy Queen, and I thought I'd throw that into the bunch as well. This next one is along the lines of the last set of autographs that I grabbed, and this is a Panini Prism World Be Free, or Lloyd Be Free. This is another one of those all-time great NBA players that I never got an autograph for. I don't think he signs, TTM. So I was happy to find that for a very cheap price, and I'll tell you the overall price here once we get to it. Second, I got a University of Illinois alum slash New Jersey Net slash Utah Jazz, Darren Williams. I want to say he also played for the Cavs for a season or two, but this is serial numbered out of 162. I actually grew up in Illinois, so I, try to collect some autographs from U of I. I enjoyed watching him play in college. The run that University of Illinois did, the years that he was there, and thought it was pretty cool. Followed his career all the way till the end, until he got injured and basically was retired, but at one point he was probably, if not one of the top couple point guards in the league for a couple seasons. So, you know, very happy to get that certified Derrick Williams. Speaking of great point guards, this next one is only serial numbered to 39, and it is out of Topps. I'm trying to see what year. Looks like 2007, 2008, and this is 2007, 2008 trademark moves, and it's signed by Chauncey Billups, AC Law, and I'm going to try to say this right, Javaris Crittenton. Hopefully I didn't butcher his name too much there. But nice Chauncey Billups autograph. He might be a Hall of Famer. This is one of those guys, again, that we're, you know, are we going to get him? You know, this is a very nice, like I said, only numbered to, oh, the serial number's on the front, sorry. Only numbered to 39, but I thought it was a pretty cool autograph. I picked up a Chauncey Billups, a year or two ago. I remember doing that. So this is actually the second Chauncey Billups, and, you know, hopefully he'll get in the Hall of Fame someday, and, you know, the value only go up. The gentleman on the bottom, Crittenton, if I'm saying that correctly, he's kind of infamous. I believe he is currently serving in a term in prison right now for some gang-related offenses. I'm not positive of what those were, but I'm pretty sure if you just Google his name, and you know, you'll find all kinds of articles about his legal troubles. So that's kind of a rare autograph too. You're not going to get too many of those signed, at least right now. You know, maybe after he's, you know, released from his legal issues, his autograph will become a little more readily available. But right now, from what I understand, he is incarcerated. So getting his autograph is next to impossible currently at the moment. So this final one I have talked about so many times on my channel that this is my favorite player, and this is the card that kind of started the overall deal. Like, in other words, I didn't go to this seller's booth to just buy these. These were kind of thrown into the overall package, and I'll give you that price here in a second. But my favorite player of all time, David Robinson, on a certified autograph. And this is from Topps, 2009 Topps. I'm not sure what it says in the corner there. Signature Series, I guess, whatever. But this is a 09 Topps, and it is serial numbered to 899. I actually knew the person that pulled this, or I don't know if they pulled it, but he traded it for cards to this seller, and then this seller said, hey, are you interested in, you know, buying this? You know, I know it's your favorite player. And when I go to the card show, I typically wear like a Spurs hat. You know, I don't always wear a Spurs hat, but I typically have a San Antonio Spurs hat on my head. So, you know, a lot of the dealers have gotten to know me, and they know that, you know, Tim Duncan, David Robinson stuff, I'll definitely take a look at. And so, being the consumer that I was, I said, well, what do you want for it? And he said, well, for you, since you like David Robinson and you're a Spurs fan, I'll give it to you for 25 bucks. And I stood there and I said, well, you know, I really don't need it because I do have his autograph. I mean, I've been collecting him for 20 plus years, so of course I got an autograph. So I'm like, okay, how about this? How about I think about it, let me go through the rest of your stuff, maybe pick a few things out, you know, and I'll make you a bigger offer for all of it. And he agreed. So that is what the result of all of these cards were. Sorry about the glare there again. The base of the deal was the David Robinson at 25 bucks. So I pulled all of these other cards, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards out, you know, the jersey cards, the autographs or whatever. And I said, okay, here's my offer. And, you know, I probably would have given him a few bucks more, but I'm like, can you do $40 for the whole stack? You know, so 25 for the Robinson, we've settled on that. But can you basically give me these other 6 cards in that deal for 40 bucks, two $20 bills right now? And he kind of looked at him. He shuffled through the stack to see what I had there. And he kind of was a little hesitant on the Billups one because it's a triple autograph. He looked at it and he's like, yeah, I had some guys looking at that one and they didn't buy it for whatever reason. He said, I'll tell you what, I'll do it. So for $40, I got the David Robinson, the Guerrero jerseys, and all the autographs you see there for only 40 bucks. I took the deal and I ran. So anyways, very happy to add this David Robinson to the collection. One of my favorite autographs now in all of my collection and all the autographs that I have. That one's going to sit in the center of it all. Also very happy to add these 2 to my collection and the Robinson jersey as well. And of course, all of these vintage cards that you'll probably be seeing, with the exception of these. Those are collectible ones. You'll be seeing all of these probably in future episodes of TTM Thursdays. So again, thank you for joining me down this road with some of my card show pickups. I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for future videos. Thanks.